Forest Green Rovers, the club that hipster football fans from all over the world froth over. I mean, the club's owned by a renewable energy company and is the only vegan football club in the UK. Regardless of your thoughts on them, their rise has been quite spectacular. The club, founded in 1889, are competing in a professional English league for just the third year in that history. Today, we take control and fast track the Green Army's rise up the divisions as we rebuild Forest Green Rovers. G'day guys, how's it going? It is JarradHD here. Welcome back to the rebuilding series. Welcome back to Rebuildness. Today, we take on another massive challenge headed to the 4th division of English football as we rebuild Forest Green Rovers. Now, if you guys do go on to enjoy today's rebuild, make sure you leave a like on the video. Also, if you are new around here, bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below. If you have not had the pleasure of seeing a rebuild video in the past, here are the rules. So the main objective is to win the UEFA Champions League. Every game in the rebuild is simulated except for the Champions League final. The transfers can be as unrealistic or realistic as we like. There's a big focus on the transfer window. And finally, of course, don't get butthurt if I sell your favorite player. There's the rules, let's get into the rebuild. So this is what our starting 11 looks like for season number 1. And I've got to admit, we have a decent side here for League 2. I think promotion needs to be a goal. I want to get a quality rise up the divisions, but I also really want to see in this rebuild how far I can push dynamic player potentials. That's been a game changer in FIFA 20 for me, so this is going to be a very experimental rebuild to see how many players that aren't exactly the highest ridiculous potential players, how far we can push them. Our first signing is going to be in between the sticks. We have brought Moha Ramos down from Birmingham City, £700,000 for the Spanish goalkeeper. Very keen to see what this guy can do over the course of the rebuild. A new defender as well here. Davide Batea is joining us for £650,000. He joins us from Pescara in the Italian leagues. We're getting the business done this window, lads. Julian Gittal is our latest signing here. We have brought in the German left midfielder from Hallischer FC in the German 2nd division, I believe, for £725,000. Joseph Mills is departing the club off to CD Lugo for £420,000. And Liam Shepherd has also departed the club. He's going to go play a little bit of Romanian football, £510,000 for the Welshman. And perhaps our final addition to the squad in this opening window as we add Brendan Aronson to the club. The midfielder from America joins us for £1.75 million. Might have overpaid slightly, but I think this guy is going to be an absolute weapon for us. So a busy start to life at Forest Green. Ramos, Batea, Guttal and Aronson all into the club. Shepherd and Mills out of it. This is what the squad is looking like after one transfer window. Let's see how we're looking on the table. Alright, so here we are on the 1st of January, and we are definitely in the hunt for promotion, currently occupying an automatic promotion spot. Whether we stay there or not is a different story, but I'm very happy with the start we've had to life at Forest Green, sitting in 3rd on 47 points. No business done in this January transfer window, however. I'm very interested to see where this squad ends up at the end of this season, however. Are we going to get promoted to League 1, or is it going to be another season spent in the 4th division? So there it is. We have been automatically promoted this season alongside Mansfield Town and Port Vale. We have finished in 2nd position, meaning we will be going up to the 3rd division next season with Walsall, Bradford City, Colchester and Newport County fighting it out for that final spot in the 3rd division. So it's one season and one promotion. You absolutely love to see it. We hit 100 points as well, which is good to see. We're going to scroll down the table. Not that it really matters too much in the grand scheme of things, but we're going up. Checking out the other competitions, Liverpool have won the FA Cup. Man City have taken down West Ham to win the Carabao Cup. Portsmouth have won the leasing.com trophy. Colchester are the fourth side coming up with us. They have taken down Walsall 2-1 in the promotion playoff final. Barcelona took down Bayern Munich to win the Champions League. And Lazio have won an all-Italian Europa League final. So that is the end of season 1. Our time at Forest Green getting off to a solid start. Let's build on these foundations and maybe go for back-to-back promotions come season 2. Getting some Australian action in on the mix. It is Riley McGree joining us here from Adelaide United. £1.4 million for the Australian midfielder. He's someone I definitely want to see how far I can take dynamic player potentials with. I want this guy to stay around for the long haul. He's got a base potential of 77, so I want to try getting him in the 80s and maybe even beyond. That would be quite nice. Anyways, welcome to Forest Green, Riley McGree. A pretty interesting pickup here. I've gone and got another midfielder. This time it's Marcos Antonio from Shakhtar Donetsk. The Brazilian signing for £1.9 million. He's 68 rated at age 20. He could be seriously insane for us in this rebuild. This window definitely focused on quality over quantity. McGree and Marcos Antonio into the club. McGree already 70 rated, which is exciting. The squad continues to grow. For me, this season is all about survival. If we get promoted, I'd be over the moon. But the number one thing is that we do not go back down to the 4th division. We only look forward in the rebuild series. So let's see how we're going come January 1st. Oh my. Okay, so we wanted survival. Right now we're in the hunt for the playoffs. We're sitting on 45 points in 8th position. QPR are at the threshold, which is 49. Scrolling down, we're in no immediate danger of being relegated. Mansfield, Rochdale, Tranmere and Gillingham doing a pretty good job of doing a bad job, but then Ipswich, Sunderland and Wigan have kind of taken the top 3 and made it their own. So I think our best hope is getting through in the playoffs, but if we finish mid-table, I wouldn't be too mad, to be fair, because I just think if we went to the championship, we wouldn't have a good enough side to survive. So I don't know, I'm happy. In addition to our backline here, Josko Vardial joining us from Dinamo Zagreb, the Croatian defender, just 18 years of age, 67 rated. I am very excited about the young core we're putting together. Welcome to Forest Green. It's a one and done sort of window. Vardial into the club, players continuing to grow. Let's see what happens on the back end of season 2. We have qualified for the playoffs. We've got a big challenge, however, because we are finished in 6th position here. And we're going to have to face 3rd place Sunderland, who were 1 point away from automatic promotion. So they're going to be hungry for championship football, for promotion, but so are we. Let's see how we go. It's Peterborough and Barnsley as well in the playoffs. Scrolling down the table, the relegated sides are Rochdale, Tranmere Rovers, Port Vale and Gillingham. The FA Cup this season was won by Tottenham. Liverpool took down Man City to win the Carabao Cup. Ipswich have won the leasing.com trophy. We have lost to Sunderland in the League One playoff semi-finals. 4-1 on aggregate. They were the deserving winners. So the final to go up to the championship is between Sunderland and Peterborough. And Sunderland are going up. So that's pretty fair in my opinion. But we've made it to the playoffs. Liverpool take down Man City to win the Champions League. And AC Milan defeat AS Monaco to win the Europa League. So close to championship football this season. But it is not to be. We're going to come back in season number 3, make some more additions to the side, and hopefully challenge once again. A striker signing to kick off our 3rd season here with Forest Green. We have brought in Bobby Duncan, an English abroad coming back home. He was over in Italy at Fiorentina, but we have brought him to Forest Green Rovers for £1.85 million. We have decided to part ways with our Welsh striker, George Williams. He signed with Real Oviedo for £1.4 million. Rafael Camacho is the second player to join us here. in this transfer window. The Portuguese winger signing on after joining us from Sporting in the Portuguese League. £2.3 million, valued at 4.7. Thank you, release clauses. And we have sold Dominic Bernard here, no longer needing a right wing back, so we've sold him for a decent fee for £440,000. 2 players in, 2 players out. We've made 2 big additions to the side in Duncan and Camacho. Williams and Bernard out of it. Now our squad, it sits around the high 60s to low 70s mark. Everybody growing together, which you love to see. Last year we made a push and ended up reaching the playoffs. This year, I would love to see us in an automatic spot. Let's check in come January 1st. On January the 1st, we currently sit in 2nd position. Definitely a front runner for promotion to the championship. Ourselves and QPR occupying the automatic spots. Barnsley breathing down our necks here. It's looking certain that we're going to play playoff football, but we don't want playoff football. We want automatic promotion. Let's keep it going. I'm going to give myself a little bit of a pat on the back for this piece of business because I've done my research. I was looking at release clause players, came across this guy, Theo Barbe. He actually didn't have a release clause, which is that I paid for. Like, his release clause was like £800,000. So I was like, oh, that's good. Scouted him, realized he had less than 6 months remaining on his contract. So we managed to sign him for £350,000. Not bad at all. The one signing of Barbe into the club, not the most active January transfer window, but decent business nonetheless. Is it still going to be automatic promotion? Let's find out. Top of the league, we have qualified to play championship football next season. We've been promoted along with Barnsley. QPR have choked it, at least in terms of the automatic promotion spot. They are going to fight it out with Peterborough, Portsmouth and Coventry City in the playoffs, but doesn't affect us because we have been promoted top of the league. That's a big win. Scrolling down the table though, the sides headed down to 4th Division football are Walsall, Shrewsbury, Southend United and Burton Albion. Man City did take down Man United to win the FA Cup. Liverpool have beaten Man City to win the Carabao Cup. We have lost to Barnsley in the leasing.com trophy. I mean, I could care less about it, but it would have been nice to get a bit of silverware. Coventry City have been promoted to the championship. QPR have choked it big time. Barcelona win an all-Spanish Champions League final. And Man United beat Bayer Leverkusen to win the Europa League. A near perfect season here. We have qualified for the championship. Top of League One, putting together a very impressive side. I am very excited to see how we go in the championship. A new striker here, as we have signed Danny Loader for £3.3 million. A decent release clause pickup there. Got him from Fortuna Sittard. His value is £6 million. Young Englishman. We've got a solid English core of players now, which I'm happy about. A player departure here. Carl Winchester leaving the club off to Oviedo for £810,000. Been doing a little bit of scouting. Found 2 players that I think will be decent for our reserves. 2 free agent players that aren't going to cost us much to get in. The first one, Gregory Farine, a Swiss defender. 65 rated, will grow in the background hopefully over the rebuild. Welcome to Forest Green. And Augustine Bazana, an Argentinian attacking midfielder slash striker. Looks very tall to be fair. He is joining us here on a free deal as well. We have also sold our former starting striker, Sean Mikulski, to Besiktas for £2 million. Farend Rawson, he's gone. Of course, he goes up in value and overall the second I sell him, but we have decided to sell the centre back for £4.2 million. Definitely getting some money so that we can build towards a top quality centre back. And Dale Grubb has left the club. That rhymed, I didn't even mean to do that, but he is off to Ross County for £240,000. So there it is. Nathan Ferguson has signed from West Bromwich Albion for £6.7 million. Very excited for this guy. Already 73 overall at 21 years of age. Excited to see what he can do for us in this championship campaign. Our backup goalkeeper, Adam Smith, departing the club, off for a Swedish adventure as he signs with AIK for £440,000. What a window. What a start to life in the championship. So much talent in, so much talent out as well, to be fair. But our side looking very, very strong at the moment. Players, I mean, Riley McGree's base potential is 77. He's already 76 overall at age 23. I'm sensing a lot of future heroes coming out of this rebuild. Very interested to see whether we're going to be in a relegation battle, a mid-table fight, or a fight for promotion. Okay, we are in the hunt most definitely for promotion here, finding ourselves in 4th position in the championship on 55 points. We're still 14 points behind Sheffield United, who are in the automatic spot, and Burnley are just absolutely killing it, but I'm very, very happy with the start to life in the championship. I thought, let's just avoid relegation. Looks like we're going to do that quite comfortably. I'm happy. I'm very happy. I feel like all I've been doing recently is signing decent centre-backs, but when you're getting offers like this, where there's £1 million release clause for Taylor Harwood-Bellis, you've got to go and take it with both hands. We've signed him from Manchester City here for a quarter, even close to a fifth of his base price. That is fantastic business. Welcome to Forest Green, Taylor Harwood-Bellis. So Harwood-Bellis into the club. This squad continues to amaze me. Look at that. We've almost got Marcos Antonio up to an 80 rating. This squad is coming together so nicely. But the question now is, will we be playing Premier League football in Season 5? Let's go find out. We have missed out on automatic promotion by a fair amount. Burnley go invincible and get promoted back to the Premier League along with Cardiff City, but it is between ourselves, Sheffield United, Stoke City and Bristol City to fight it out for the remaining spot to go to the Premier League. If we get promoted back to back, that would just be absolutely brilliant. But we're going to have to wait and see to find out. The rest of the table looks like this, however, with Ipswich, Blackburn and Coventry all being relegated to the 3rd division. In the FA Cup, we did see Manchester City take down Leicester City. Man City also won the Carabao Cup over Liverpool. We have lost in the semi-finals 3-2 on aggregate to Stoke City. They're going to be versing Bristol City to go to the Premier League, and the winner is Stoke City. So Stoke City will be in the Premier League next season. Man City are absolutely on fire this season. They win the Champions League, and Juventus have won an all-Italian Europa League final. So I am absolutely stoked with the start we've had to life in the championship. But next season, we definitely need to be pushing for automatic promotion. I think we can win the championship next season, and I definitely hope to see that. So I'm like almost certain that we have just signed Cristiano Ronaldo's regen. Pedro Miguel Quaresma, a Portuguese striker slash left winger, age 17, 67 overall. Wait until I show you guys this guy's stats. Already he has 93 acceleration, 91 sprint speed. He's got some quality stats as well in dribbling, all of that stuff. The one frustrating thing is he only has 1-star skills, so probably never end up playing him, but at 17 years of age to be 67 overall, that is insane. And I'm pretty certain it is Cristiano Ronaldo's regen because Cristiano Ronaldo no longer in the game. Let's see if Ronaldo's in here. Yeah, so when you search Cristiano and Ronaldo, no search results. I think we got him, lads. Frustrating. I wanted to have Davide Batea here for the majority of the rebuild. Unfortunately, he wasn't happy. He wanted out of the club, so we've sold him to Aston Villa for £16.7 million. Nathan McGinley has departed here. He's going to play in the Portuguese league. We've sold him for a respectable £4.3 million. And on the very same day, we have brought in a new starting centre-back. It is Sepp van den Berg joining us from Napoli, formerly of Liverpool. The Dutchman joins us for £9.5 million. Our squad numbers are starting to look a little bit thin, so I'm starting to plug up certain areas, bringing in a few free agents. Fernando Caniglio joining us here, the Argentine, just £650 a week. Really got nothing to lose with this signing. And here we go, another free agent midfielder, a Mexican midfielder, Carlos Gonzalez, 65 rated, 20 years of age. Welcome to Forest Green. Another player that wanted out of the club, Junior Mondal, headed to Belenenses. Oh god, I've butchered that name. Regardless, we've sold him for £890,000. We have decided to part ways with our left midfielder, Julian Gattu. Hasn't really progressed with the rest of the side as quickly as I would have hoped, so we've sold him here for £5.3 million. Let's go! Come on, lads. Daniel James, for some reason, is coming to Forest Green. He had less than 12 months remaining on his contract. We've gone and got him for £18 million. He's 81 rated. The Welshman coming here. Surely we have to be favourites to win the championship now after this signing. Welcome to Forest Green Rovers, Daniel James. We signalled our intent this window to go deep and win the championship. We want a big season. And I mean, look at that. This side is Premier League ready. We are going to have an insane season. Let's try breaking some sort of points total record in the championship. Absolutely flying here. Come the 1st of January, we are on 71 points. We're 14 points clear in terms of the automatic promotion spots. Norwich 14 points behind us. We've only had one loss all season, just 2 draws. This is a very strong start. And we're looking like we are almost, I wouldn't say certainties, but we're in a very strong position to get promoted. No business done in this January transfer window. Didn't have too much money to work with, but it's looking like we're going to be playing Premier League football next season. Let's deliver it. Let's sign, seal, deliver it. Premier League football for Forest Green. Let's find out. 125 points. Incredible. We are headed to the Premier League next season, and we have done it in absolute fashion here. Just 3 losses out of 46 championship games. Ourselves and the Blades automatically headed up. We killed it, man. That is brilliant stuff to see. Brentford, West Brom, Fulham and Derby fighting it out for the final spot in the Prem. Scrolling down the table, and this is how the relegation battle played out, with Portsmouth, Luton Town and Birmingham all headed down. Man City have won an all-Manchester FA Cup final. Liverpool take down Newcastle to win the Carabao Cup. Brentford have beaten Fulham in a London derby there, a West London derby, I believe, to head up to the Premier League. I mean, as a Fulham fan, that kind of makes me sick, but whatever. Atletico Madrid win the Champions League, and it is Tottenham beating Inter Milan to win the Europa League. An insane season. We have absolutely walked the championship, and now we enter the Premier League with a pretty decent side, I must say. I'm interested to see how next season pans out. The first piece of business we have done as a Premier League club is to sell Rafael Camacho. He's been plagued by injury over the past few seasons. Hasn't been progressing as quickly as I would have hoped, so we have sold him to Newcastle United for £27.1 million. And we have definitely upgraded on Camacho there, as we have signed Paulinho from Udinese, the Brazilian right midfielder, joining us for £40.2 million. Josko Vardiol, he's been here for quite some time, but he is now leaving the club off to West Ham United for £26 million. So we've got our replacement for Vardiol. We've got this guy here, Benoit Badiashile. I tried to sign someone a little bit higher rated, but it seems like every decent centre-back in the world moved clubs this transfer window. It was impossible to bring in an 80-plus rated defender with a little bit of potential, but we've got Benoit from Fulham, £23.1 million to the Frenchman. 2 players in, 2 players out. That's what you call some upgrading being done there. Our opening window in the transfer, in the Premier League, I should say. Our squad continuing to impress me. Of course, survival is the goal here, but I think we should do that. Relegation battle? What relegation battle? We're actually in the hunt. I mean, pretty far away, but technically still in the hunt for European football. We're on 34 points. We are 22 points out of the zone, and that is just great to see. We're in such a strong position. It looks like a mid-table / even above mid-table finish ahead of us, but if we qualify for Europa League football, Champions League football, that would just be insane. No business done in this January transfer window, which I'm actually pissed off about because I saved a little bit of extra money in the opening window so that we could go in for a pre-contract player. Nobody of note available, nobody I wanted that could improve our squad. Very, very frustrated. I wanted to go for a new striker or a new centre-back. Couldn't find anybody. So, yeah, we're going to have to do it all through transfer budget next season, but I'm assuming we're going to survive the relegation battle. Let's see how far we can take things this season regardless. So we have finished the season where we were at the halfway point, 7th position, and extremely respectable first season in the Premier League. We've kind of done what Wolves did, last season? I don't think we've made the Europa League. I mean, we might have snuck in if other results went our way, but definitely need to push for European football next season. Liverpool, top of the league, 102 points. They are Centurions. And in the relegation zone, it is Burnley, Brentford, and Sheffield United, all headed down to the Championship. Manchester City did take down Spurs to win the FA Cup. Chelsea took down Liverpool to win the Carabao Cup. Man City destroyed Borussia Dortmund to win the Champions League. And it is Bayer Leverkusen edging out Chelsea to become Europa League champions. What a start to life in the Premier League. Our players that we bought early just continue to defy expectations. Dynamic play potential is coming in clutch again. Let's push for European football in Season 7. A player departure to kick off the season here. He's been here since we took over, but we have sold Abu Adams to Copenhagen for £680,000. And we have sold Nathan Ferguson to Wolfsburg for £35.3 million here. I decided to sell him for the pure fact that we need to go and upgrade our defense. Gonna go and use that money towards signing a big name defender. And there it is, a new star centre back for the side here as we bring in Dan Axel Zagadou from Schalke. £44 million for the Frenchman. A huge pickup there, 86 overall. That is an end game centre back. Very happy with this transfer fee. We're sending Danny Loader down south to Bournemouth for £57.9 million. That is a very, very good fee for him. Let's go get a world-class striker now. In real life, he is currently lighting it up in the Champions League, but in this save, we have brought him to Forest Green. It is Erling Braut Haaland joining us here. What a signing from Leverkusen. We bring the Norwegian striker in for £62 million. So, two massive upgrades to our side here. We've brought in Zagadou and Haaland, sold Adams, Ferguson and Loader. Our side has gone up a new level here. Still, a lot of areas that need improvement, but I am very happy with the side we are building. Let's go and see how we're tracking towards a potential Champions League berth halfway through the season. Not a super strong start to the season, but we are fighting still for Champions League football. We find ourselves in 6th position here, 41 points. Arsenal in 5th on 44, City in 4th on 50. We're going to need to get some wins under our belt, start stringing some of these draws into wins, but not too bad of a start. No business done here in January. We didn't even have enough money to try signing a pre-contract player. Very, very keen to see if we can make a push though. We need to get our squad healthy because it feels like 2 players have been injured for long periods of time throughout the entire season. So once the side gets fully fit, I think we're going to have a great shot at going for the Champions League. Maybe we'll get through the Europa League. I don't know. Let's find out. 6th position in the Premier League. We've finished 6 points out of the top 4, 3 points away from Arsenal. I think that means we play Europa League football again, but I'm never too certain when it comes to career mode because it comes down to the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, all that stuff. Regardless, we finished 6th. Shortly next season we make the big move, but Man United have finished 1 point clear at the top of the table. And in the relegation battle, it is Huddersfield, Stoke and Fulham all headed down. Man City have taken down Liverpool to win the FA Cup. And Man City have also taken down Liverpool to win the Carabao Cup. So I'm assuming that means Europa League football is ours next season. Inter Milan have taken down Manchester City to win the Champions League, and Roma have won an all-Italian Europa League final. Now, I know we were in the Europa League this season. How did we go? So, we got out of the group in the round of 32. We lost to Ajax, so we went out of the round of 32 in the Europa League. So that is the 7th season done and dusted. We're on the cusp of turning a big corner in this rebuild. Hopefully next season is the season that gets done in. With players retiring and wanting to leave, our squad depth is looking very, very thin. So, I'm going to bring in a free agent signing here. I'm scouting a few, but this guy looks like an absolute weapon. Marlon do Carmo Canero, left back / left mid. Now, I know I'm not playing left backs in my formation, so this guy's really just going to be here for the left mid side of things. But he's so good that I couldn't not accept him. I couldn't not bring him in. So welcome to Forest Green, mate. And now we're about to go crazy with the amount of free agents we're signing in. I mean, you can see the amount that are pending, but this one here, Rodrigo Luan dos Santos, only 60 rated, 17 years of age. He's just a number filler, but we're going to sign him. And we're also going to sign Godinho here. I mean, that is one of the coolest last names I have ever seen. Godinho. Canadian, left midfielder, 63 rated. 2 more free agents coming in. Freddie and G. I mean, shout out Cutsy Gaming. Freddie and G, an English striker, joining us here. And then a German midfielder, Patrick Kluwen, joining us as well. And the final 2 free agents to fill out our numbers, it's Matthias Suarez, 69 rated, 18 years of age, a right winger. And then as we scroll all the way up, it is Maximilian Kraus joining us here, a 64 rated centre back. Another one of our day ones has left the club. Aaron Collins headed to Carrow Road, off to Norwich City. Absolutely buzzing here. We have sold Moja Ramos, the Spanish keeper we picked up in season 1. We've sold him for £93.8 million. £93.8 million for an 83 rated goalkeeper. I love dynamic player potentials. Absolutely love them. We've also decided to part ways with Theo Barbe. I didn't play him enough, so he couldn't grow enough, so we've sold him to Sheffield United here for £3.45 million. We finally get ourselves a new goalkeeper, Alban Lafont, £52 million. I mean, you compare that to what we sold Ramos for, 5 overall higher, only 2 years older, and for almost half the price. Like, I am very, very satisfied with that. Welcome to Forest Green, Alban Lafont. A new defender to add to our backline, Ibrahima Konate, the French defender, joining us from Liverpool. I always enjoy that when I can add a quality player to the side and also weaken a side that's in the same league as us. We bring him in for £65 million. Now we just need to hope Liverpool don't use that £65 million well. A pretty full-on transfer window here, but the side is now looking very strong. Surely we have to qualify for the Champions League this season. We might even win the Europa League. The depth is getting there. Mostly full of regens, not many players surviving from the start of the rebuild. We're 8 seasons into it here with Forest Green. Will we finally qualify for the Champions League? Halfway through the season, well, over halfway now, but on the 1st of January, we are definitely in a good position, sitting in 3rd spot in the Premier League. Man City currently racing away with the title, but for me, all that matters is a top 4 finish. Now, it's not overly comfortable with Arsenal, Spurs, Chelsea, United, all these sides pushing for top 4 as well, and only 5 points in some cases, or even 1 point away from us. So a big second half of the season is necessary, but this is a good start. Carlos Gonzalez, the Mexican free agent we picked up probably, I don't know, a couple of years ago, done really nothing. I didn't want to re-sign him, so he's going to be leaving us on a free deal at the end of the season off to Gaz Matan. No business done either, besides Gonzalez leaving at the end of the season. We need to hold on to that top 4 spot. We need to go deep in the Europa League. Come on, Forest Green, let's finally get Champions League football. Let's go! 2nd place in the Premier League. Qualification to the Champions League has been achieved. Man City 9 points ahead of us, winning the Premier League title. Surely next season we've got to be in a good position to go and win the title, but I am just so happy that in Season 9, we will finally have an opportunity, a good opportunity as well, to win the Champions League. We're going to get to compete in it. Scrolling down the table, however, the 3 relegated sides this season were Burnley, West Brom and Brentford. Manchester City did win the FA Cup 3-1 over Arsenal. Man City have beaten us in the Carabao Cup final 1-0, so City have done the domestic treble, but we could have won a piece of domestic silverware. Napoli have won an all-Italian Champions League final, and we have destroyed Hertha Berlin to win the Europa League. Last season, we were eliminated by Ajax in the round of 32, and this year, on the road to the final, we went incredible. We only conceded 1 goal in the group stages. That is insane. In the round of 32, we beat Ajax, so we got our revenge on Ajax. That is very nice, 7-2 as well. In the round of 16, we took down Cagliari 5-2. In the quarters, we took down Schalke 5-0. In the semis, Valencia 3-1. We have had an insane Europa League campaign. So that is the season done and dusted. I would have to say that might just be the best season we've had so far. Europa League champions, qualified for the Champions League. We're going to get given a lot of money from the board. Let's put it to use. A bargain pickup for a world-class player. Daniel James just has not progressed as much as I would have hoped, and he's actually starting to go down in overall. So I've taken the initiative and signed Alphonso Davies virtually for his valuation. The Canadian left midfielder joins us from Bayern Munich for £48.4 million. Harwood Bellis, he's been here for a very long time, but it is now time to part company with the English centre-back. He's off for a French rendezvous, off to Lille for £20.9 million. We're going to make a slight upgrade here at the defense. Well, I say slight, it's a +4 upgrade here. We have brought in Christian Romero. He has signed from PSG for £64.9 million. And I think this signing here is a sign that we are going all out for the Champions League this season. He's 29 years of age. I want the Champions League with this squad. Davies and Romero in. They might be the final pieces of the puzzle to our starting 11. Harwood Bellis out. Look at that side. This is such a strong side. Aronson is already at an 89 overall, despite having a potential of 80 at 26 years of age. Marcos Antonio, 92 rated. Duncan, 87. Like, I could go on and on about how many players have exceeded expectations. McGree is 85 rated despite having a potential of 77. I say it, I feel like, in every long-term rebuild, but dynamic player potentials are insane. Quaresma, 85 rated. Like, this team is just crazy good. Let's go and see who we are versing in our Champions League group for the first time. I feel like we just can't avoid Ajax no matter where we go. We versed them for the past 2 seasons in the Europa League round of 32, and now they are in our group here for the Champions League, as we've also been matched up against Valencia and Lokomotiv Moscow. I think we should get out of this group, but we're definitely going to face some adversity. Let's see if we get into the knockout rounds at the first time of asking in 3, 2, 1. Top of the group with Valencia. Let's go. We've only conceded 1 goal in the group stages, very similar to last season's efforts in the Europa League. Hopefully the end outcome's the same, but we have comfortably made it through to the round of 16 at our first time of asking. Now we have to find out who we're versing in the round of 16 of the Champions League, and it is going to be Lyon. Okay, versing Lyon in the Champions League round of 16. Not the toughest opponent in the world, but definitely not a rollover by any stretch of the imagination. And halfway through the Premier League season, things are going absolutely brilliantly. Currently undefeated here with Forest Green. Not a single loss, just the 1 draw. Couldn't really ask for much more, to be fair. No business done in the January transfer window. Didn't really have enough money to make anything significant happen. Look at that, Marcos Antonio, now to 93. Aronson at a 90 rating. Oh, I'm excited. I'm very excited to see what we can do in the second half of this season. Lyon, we're coming for you. Be prepared. All right. off to France here for the away leg, taking on Lyon, a full-strength starting 11 out on the pitch. The goal is to score goals upon goals upon goals, get all the away goals, and the scoreline that's not what we wanted. Oh, come on, a 0-0 draw. They've got a pretty decent side, to be fair, Lyon. We don't get any away goals. That is a big L. So, whilst the scoreline is even, it is definitely an advantage for Lyon. If they score, we're in big strife. It's 0-0 at the moment. We need a good victory here. A win gets us through, and a win is what we get. We go through to the Champions League quarterfinals, taking down Lyon 2-1 on aggregate. Champions League quarterfinal time, and things have just been taken to the next level as we have been drawn up against Manchester City in an all-English affair. I mean, we didn't do great against Lyon in the round of 16, so we're going to have to make sure we are on our game if we are any chance of getting past the citizens. Again, thankfully, we have got a full-strength starting 11 here, and we are on the road for the first leg. Away goals, we need them. Come on, lads. Let's get a strong start here. The scoreline is a 1-0 win. Zagadou picks up an injury. Very hopeful it's nothing serious. Marcos Antonio, though, getting us a 1-0 lead, one away goal. It's not the most comfortable in the world, but it's definitely a lot stronger than the first leg against Lyon. Alright, here we go. We are 1-0 up as we head into this second leg at home against Manchester City. Come on, let's just keep a clean sheet we go through. We have the away goal advantage, but it's only a narrow one. Are we through to the semis? Yes, we are. Davies wins it for us in the 89th minute. We go through 2-1 on aggregate. Let's go, Alfonso. We're through to the Champions League semi-finals. 4 teams remain. 2 from Spain, in fact 2 from the same city of Spain, 1 from Germany and 1 from England. We are facing Atletico Madrid in the Champions League semi-final to face either Dortmund or Real Madrid in the Champions League final. It is a massive ask, but let's see if we can get past the Spanish super team. Here we go. It is time for the first leg again on the road, which I absolutely love to see. Come on, away goals for us would be absolutely brilliant. The scoreline after the first leg is a 2-1 win for Atletico Madrid. That is not good. Davies red carded as well. Oh dear. The little bit of hope is that Marcos Antonio got a goal, an away goal, but we are up against it right now. The second leg is now up and we have a lot stacked against us. No Zagadou, who is still out through injury. We are without both Haaland, our leading world-class goal scorer, who is suspended, and then of course Alphonso Davies also suspended. So not only do we have to overcome a 2-1 deficit, we're missing some of our star players here. Come on, lads. Are we going to do it? Are we going to overturn it? No, we are not. Atletico Madrid have beaten us 2-1. 4-2 on aggregate. That is frustrating. We're not going all the way this season. Gutted that we couldn't go all the way in the Champions League this season, but the silver lining is we have gone invincible in the Premier League with Forest Green. 34 wins, 4 draws, and not a single loss. Just 13 goals conceded for the entirety of the season. We have absolutely smashed it with Forest Green, and we're going to get an opportunity next season to do it again, to go deep in the Champions League again with them. As we scroll down the table here, the relegated sides are going to be Sheffield United, Stoke City, and AFC Bournemouth. We did win the Community Shield at the start of the season on penalties against Manchester City. We also won the FA Cup over Manchester City, and we bloody well won the Carabao Cup 3-2 over Tottenham. We have had an insane season domestically. We also won the Super Cup over Napoli 3-0 at the start of the season, which we're just winning everything except for the damn trophy we needed to win the most. But if there is any consolation, Atletico Madrid did win the Champions League on a penalty shootout against Real Madrid, and Real Betis were crowned Europa League champions. So, arguably, the best season you could have hoped for, besides the fact that we couldn't win the damn Champions League. But next season we have another shot at glory. We are putting together an all-time insane side here at Forest Green Rovers, and we're going to add to it next season. We need to make some big moves if we're going to win the Champions League this season with Forest Green. So, our investment into Bobby Duncan well and truly pays off, as we have sold him to Liverpool, back to Liverpool, for £137.4 million. Quaresma, the Ronaldo regen, is going to become our new star striker. João Felix is now a Forest Green Rovers player. The Portuguese midfielder slash attacker joining us here for £137.3 million, 93 rated. Absolutely insane. Welcome to Forest Green, mate. Our whole starting 11 is absolutely ridiculous, so now it is about future-proofing. I've gone ahead and brought in a new reserve goalkeeper, John Pangop, the Cameroonian goalkeeper, 85 rated at just 26 years of age. We've signed him from Manchester United for £49.6 million. And we've signed a backup striker as well, the Swedish striker Alexander Isak, joining us here from Eintracht Frankfurt for £37.4 million. João Felix, Pangop and Isak into the club, Duncan out of it. Look at that starting lineup. Oh, it's ridiculous. Let's go and see who we're versing in the Champions League this season. We've been placed into Group A this season. It's a group I expect us to get out of. Ourselves and Juventus are going to be vying for that first place position. CSKA Moscow and Galatasaray, whilst they could provide some stiff competition, I don't think they're going to finish above us. Famous last words probably, but let's simulate to the 1st of January and see how we're tracking along. Top of the group. Not a single loss, just 4 goals conceded. That is a way to get into the round of 16. We've done that with style. Now the big question is, who are we going to be versing in the round of 16? We're versing PSG. That is not an easy opponent by any stretch of the imagination. Hopefully they've sold Mbappe so we don't have to verse him, because he'll be like 99 rated by now. Halfway through the Premier League season, we're killing it again as well. 21 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses, just 8 goals conceded. Man City giving us a good run for our money though. We just need to make sure we keep on winning though. No real surprise that we have done no business here in the January transfer window. Our squad is just beyond insane. I mean, if we don't win the Champions League this season, number 1, I'll be very, very surprised. But number 2, I'll have to make some big upgrades next season. But I don't want there to be a next season. I want us to take down PSG. I want us to go all the way with this Forest Green Rovers side. All right, we travel away to Paris here for the first leg. The big blow, João Felix suspended for the first leg. So we go back to the side we had at the start of the season, to be fair. Come on. Away goals, please. The scoreline is a 4-1 win. They have Mbappe, but they only score 1 goal. We've got a hat-trick to Marcos Antonio, and Haaland has got a goal as well. 4 away goals. 4-1 up, headed into this second leg, and we have João Felix back in the starting 11. Surely we're through to the quarterfinals. Surely. No injuries and suspensions is what I want. A 3-0 win. Paulinho with a yellow card, but we have taken down PSG. 7-1 on aggregate. Bayern Munich in the Champions League quarterfinals. Come on, lads. Let's get back to the semi-finals. A lot of big name teams eliminated already, so we've got a good chance here if we take down Bayern Munich to be one of the elite teams remaining. The home leg up first here. The big thing for me is that we keep a clean sheet. It's a full strength starting 11 here. We need to keep clean sheet. Come on, lads. Bayern Munich, the scoreline is a 1-1 draw. They get an away goal. Thankfully, it's only 1, but we needed a clean sheet. Bloody hell. So we simply need to score here. If we don't score, we're done for. On away goals rule, Bayern Munich would go through. Come on. The second leg here. Again, a full strength starting lineup. Let's find out our fate. Come on, lads. Pick it up. The scoreline 3-1. Let's go! Marcos Antonio, Felix and Haaland all scoring here. We go through 4-2 on aggregate. An all-English affair here in the Champions League semi-finals. fighting against Man City, the side that we eliminated last season in the quarterfinals, trying to get ourselves to the final. Oh dear, come on. I want to hopefully versus Napoli if we get through to the final. That would be nice and different, but we're going to get past Man City first. The away leg up first, which you guys should know I'm a big fan of. Unfortunately, Canate is suspended for the first leg, but Romero, 88 rated, still a worthy replacement there. But the first leg away at the Etihad is going to finish as a 3-0 win. Marcos Antonio, another hat-trick. This man is a hero. He is the player of the rebuild so far, and he has surely got us 1 foot into the Champions League final. Oh, my loins, they're going off right now. We're 3-0 up. We're one half-decent performance away from a Champions League final. The plums are getting ripe, lads. Let's see if we're through to the Champions League final. Yes, we are. João Felix, 4-0 on aggregate. Hopefully that's not a suspension though for Canate. I don't think it will because he was just suspended, but we're through to the Champions League final here in season number 10 to face either Real Madrid or Napoli. Season number 10, the 26th of May 2029, Forest Green Rovers versus Napoli in the Champions League final. A unique final, that is for sure. Napoli must not be underestimated though. They took down Real Madrid on penalties. They took down Real Betis in the quarterfinals, and in the round of 16, they took down Barcelona. So they've earned their way here. We've earned our way here. This is going to be a Champions League final for the ages. Checking a look around the other leagues, however, it is going to be AC Milan taking down Tottenham to win the Europa League. We have won the Premier League in scintillating fashion. 38 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses, just 14 goals conceded. 15 points ahead of Manchester City. We are absolutely flying. We've got to be just, one of the best teams ever. Scrolling down the table though, the relegated sides are going to be Leeds, Brentford and Burnley. We lost the Community Shield at the start of the season, however, to Manchester City, but we did manage to take down Tottenham to win the FA Cup, and we took down Wolves to win the Carabao Cup, so the domestic treble has been done. Now we're going for the quad. Here is a look at our squad report at the end of the season. We've put together a ridiculously good squad here. Our starting 11 would have to be one of the best I have ever had my hands on in a rebuild, and the reserves are just so strong. Look at that, Riley McGree was 85 at the start of the season. His initial base potential, his max potential was 77, so look at that, Marcos Antonio, 94. This team, man, I absolutely love it. This team is just ridiculous. Ronaldo's regen, 90 rated at age 23. I kind of want to keep the rebuild going just to see how good he'll be. Haaland, 90 rated, just a ridiculously good side. Let's go and put it to the test as we get into the Champions League final here for season number 10. Ten seasons in, and we've finally reached the promised land. Now, it is time to finish the job once and for all. Fuck. All being spread around here. João Felix going to Quaresma. Quaresma through to Alphonso Davies. Let's go back post. Haaland, oh, what a finish! How's the left foot on the bloke? It's the perfect start to the Champions League final. A bit of an end-to-end start. Napoli look dangerous, but we strike first. Brilliant cross. And well done from Haaland. Those long limbs coming into effect here. Puts his boot through it. And we take the lead 15 minutes into the final. Look how much space they gave him. That's a tidy little finish there, though. They're on the attacking Napoli. Mastias going through. We're trying to defend. Can't let them shoot. We need to stop them before they do. Not a great shooting angle. They take the shot anyways. That's what Napoli's been doing all this half. They've been getting into positions like that, but then just completely sabotaging themselves. They're on the attack early in the second half here. Davies has dropped back a lot. Thankfully, it's a poor pass. And now we actually might be able to hit him on the counter-attack because of it. Here we go, João Felix. Get it through, stay on side, Haaland. He does. He's got in front of Kimpembe, get it through, João Felix! Oh, good save from Merritt. That would have been such a nice counter-attacking goal. Napoli starting to wake up a little bit here, though. They've had decent field position, decent possession, but they haven't done anything with it again. Another example of them just putting it into the box and hoping for the best. I'll just keep letting them do that, though, because now we're on the counter-attack. Quaresma outpacing Tomori. It's going to be Quaresma. Look how fast he is! Oh, it's come off him as well, so it's going to be a goal kick. We're getting good opportunities here, though. Oh my god, I've just realised how good Quaresma is. Look at Quaresma's free kick stats. No, we're scoring this for sure. I suck at free kicks this year. I've only scored one. Come on. Let's just go and hit it. That one's hit the wall. We're going to try squaring it. Oh, it's almost worked out on the rebound, but oh, what just happened there? Win that, João. Good stuff from João Felix, winning the ball. Calmly going back to Marcos Antonio, who goes here to Aronson. Passing it around nicely. Quaresma feeding it to Davies. Come on, finish it. That's a save. The follow-up blocked. Haaland. Oh, how's that one not go in? Napoli, look how much they're pressuring. Oh, what the fuck is that for a pass? Napoli pressured us so much here. And now they might have an opportunity in the 89th minute after they've put in one of the worst performances I have ever seen. They've done nothing in this game. Not like this. Just clear it, Zagadou. Zagadou puts his laces through it. No, they've got maybe one last bite of the cherry. Fabian. It's saved from Lafont. Oh, dear. It's a corner here for Napoli. Gelson Fernandez. Head that one away. Quaresma does blow the full-time whistle. There it is. We've won the Champions League final with Forest Green Rovers. It's taken 10 seasons. It's been the most difficult rebuild I've done in FIFA 20, but by God, we have done it. Lads, if you enjoyed today's rebuild, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe down below if you're new around here. I will see you for the next one tomorrow. It has been JarradHD here. I am out. Peace.